Good day. This is Dr. Professor S. Tamilmani, working as professor in Madanapalli Institute of Technology and Science in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Madanapalli, State of Andhra Pradesh. We are going to discuss formulation of linear programming problem or how to formulate an equation. Before getting into the subject, let us define ourselves what is linear programming process. A model which is used for optimum allocation of scarce or limited resources to competing with products or activities under such assumptions as certainty, linearity, fixed technology, and constant profit per unit is linear programming. Linear programming is one of the most versatile, powerful, and useful techniques for making managerial decisions. Linear programming technique may be used for solving broad range of problems arising in business, governments, industries, hospitals, and libraries, etc. Whenever a person wants to allocate the available limited resources for various competing activities for achieving our desired objective, the techniques can help through linear programming method. As a decision-making tool, it has demonstrated its value in various fields such as production, finance, marketing, research and development, and personal management areas. Determination of optimal product mix. It is a combination of products which gives maximum profit, followed by can be used in transportation schedules. There are few properties in a linear programming model. First of all, let us recap what is linear, what is programming. Linear, nothing but joining 2 points in a XY graph or first quadrant. That is linear. Programming, finding out a solution for more number of variables. These are the two informations which can going to help us in doing linear programming formulations. Based on the formulation of the linear programming, we can able to get a solution for linear programming problems. There are certain properties which can be used in a linear programming models. They are as follows. 1. The relations between variables and constraint must be linear. The model must have an objective function. The model must have structural constraints. The model must have non-negativity constraint. What is the variable? I told you, which is going to give you the output results with having more number of numerical values. Constraint, nothing but making a product with a minimum or available resources. Objective function. What is the objective of any organization or any individual? The objective of any individual may vary from persons to persons. The objective of one person may not be the same as objective of another person. The objective of one person may be like this. The person wanted to become a CEO of an organization within a period of 10 years. This is maybe objective of one person. The objective of another person is to start his own business with the shortest possible time. So this will vary from person to person. The same way in an organization, the objective is different from companies to companies, industries to industries, business to businesses. The objective of one company may not be the same as objective of another company. The objective of one sales function may be different from the objective of another sales function. However, ultimately they want to maximize the selling, or they want to produce and sell more in number. It's called the objective. In an industrial sector, all the companies across wanted to manufacture more product and they want to sell it in the market. More the product, more to be sold in the market, more the revenue. It's one of the objective. The objective of a car company may be different from the objective of electronic goods industries. However, the objective is same. They want to produce more and to produce furthermore and supply to the market. The same way, if you go to big mall, big business centers, what is their objective? They want to they want to sell as many products as possible in a given period of time. For that, what they require is you must get more customers to the mall for a given period of time, so that they can able to sell more products. The revenue is going to be higher. At the end of the business hour, say they will get more money, maximization. So objective is, on one hand, they want to have maximization, more to be sold to the market. On the other hand, minimization. What is minimization? Within the shortest possible time, they must be able to sell it. This is minimization. Same thing if we talk about industries. They want to produce more in number, I already told you, so revenue is going to be higher. On the other hand, the same industry, you think of inventory management. The inventory management is objective is to have minimum inventory so that the outflow of the cash may not be so much, but without interruption in the production system. Minimization of material for the production for a given period of time. Same thing, production system, what they want, they don't want any interruption in terms of shortage of manpower, no breakdowns of the machines, and no interruption on supply of raw material or whatever be the raw material required to produce the component. So, inventory management talks about minimum, where a production system wanted more production to be done. You just imagine the comparison between minimization and maximization. This is the order of the day in any businesses. Fine. There must be structural constraints. The model must have a non-negativity constraint. What is non-negativity can be defined as very simple way. You cannot have zero production and you cannot have zero sales. Anything more than zero we call it as a non-negativity constraint. We will discuss more about the constraints both for objective functions and the non-negativity functions a little later. The non-negativity function means you cannot produce anything less than zero. It's not possible. Anything more than zero is important in a production system. This we call as a non-negativity constraints. And then let us see the application of linear programming method, where it can be used. Product mix problems. Product mix, take the example of a car company. The car company did not have only one product in the product portfolio. They have varieties of products. Assuming a car, the company is going to sell at 5 lakhs rupees. The same car company can also produce a car worth of 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 30 lakhs and all. This is the product mix. A company cannot depend on only one product to maximize their revenue. They have to have different product segment so that the maximum is possible for the revenue. At times, more people wanted a car with a 5 lakhs worth of price, but this is not going to be the same all over the day or all the 365 days in a year. And some other occasion, people interested to go for higher end price models, assuming 10 lakhs. So the facility available can also produce 5 lakhs worth of car and 10 lakhs worth of car, 15 lakhs worth of car, things like that. This becomes a constraint. For any factory, there is a limitation on the output. All together put together, the capacity cannot be more than certain quantity. This we call it as a constraint. Assuming in a day production, all product mixed together, they can able to produce only 100 numbers of a car. All product mixed together, it is only 100 cars. You cannot produce more than 100, cannot produce 101. This is a production constraint. Another one is the application is possible in a diet planning problems. A diet for the individuals, maybe diet for the patients, maybe diet can be used for the kids, things like that. Next is the carbo loading problem. What is carbo loading problem? I want to tell you, you are going to carry a material from one destination to another destination. The truck or the lorry or the van which is going to carry material from one places to another place should have full capacity of that particular vehicle. Otherwise, it is going to be loss or it's not going to meet the requirement. So what you have to do is try to maximize the loading of car or loading of van to the fullest capacity. It's a cargo loading problem. Capital budgeting problems. What is the capital budgeting? some amount of money is available, they have to apportion the money available in an organization depends upon the need. One is paying salary to the employees may be the priority. Purchase of raw material may be priority. Paying money to the power may be priority. Paying taxes to the government may be priority. So these are the capital budgeting. How much money can be apportioned to each headings or each category. That is also capital budgeting. Next is the manpower planning problem. Manpower planning problem is the most important factor as far as the production centers are concerned. There is a limited resources in terms of manpower or sometimes the machine. Within the limitation of manpower, you have to operate and try to utilize the equipment more in terms of efficiency or output of the equipment based on the available manpower. That is also manpower planning problem. The linear programming method can be solved using two general methods. One is a graphical method, another one is a simplex method. One is a graphical method, another one is the simplex method. The graphical method is little easy to solve it. What is a graphical method? You draw a line between x and y axis, a linear line based on which you can able to find out the solution for any problem. The simplex method, it requires little longer solution. It requires longer steps to find a solution through simplex method. So to solve any linear programming problem, we have to follow certain procedures that will give you an easy understanding that you can able to give you a solution by following step-by-step procedures. We will see one or two procedures or the procedure which is going to help you to solve a problem. Procedure to be followed for linear programming problem. 1. Write down decision variable of the problem. Decision variable nothing but the variation that is to be used. 2. Formulate objective to get maximum or minimum as linear decision variables. Justify the problem which is going to get minimization or maximization. 3rd, formulate the other constraints or conditions of the problem such as resource limitations, market constraints, interrelationship between variables etc. as a linear inequalities or equation in terms of decision variables. Write down decision variable nothing but one particular product, another particular product. Assuming you have a lathe, we have a milling. The lathe is having some operating parameters, milling is having some operating parameters. The output from the lathe in a given period of time may not be the same as output of milling machine. The time available to do process of lathe and milling is same for a given period of time, but output may be different because of the various operating constraints. The lathe can able to produce more number because of the speed, feed, depth of cut is different. On the other hand, milling comparatively different parameters used, so the output of lathe may not be equivalent to output of the milling. So it's going to be some constraints. However, the product need to be produced. This is what you call the decision variables. Objective. I already told you what is an objective. Product mix, lathe, component to be produced, milling, some component to be produced. How much maximize it based on the product mix. That is going to be your objective. Objective is to maximize the available resources in terms of the machine or in terms of men. Formulate other constraints or conditions of the problem such as resources limitations, market constraints, relations between variables etc. as linear inequalities or equations in terms of decision variables. During the subsequent discussion we will tell you what it is. Add the non-negativity constraint from the consideration so that the negative values of the decision variables do not have any physical interpretation. What is negativity function? I already told you, must be more than 0. What is to be produced by lathe, but what is to be produced by milling machine must be more than 0. You cannot produce anything less than 0. That is not possible. Okay. So the non-negativity nothing but two product mix must be able to produce it more than 0. This is non-negativity functions. We have a small linear problem formulations. Let us see the problem. A company produces two types of product, X and Y. Each product requires processing by lathe and grinding machines. Each machine requires different processing time per week. The net profit per unit of products and the details given in the table below. Lathe can able to produce 4 in number for a given period of time for a particular product, and another product it can able to produce 6 numbers for a given time. What is 160 is the constraint. You cannot produce combination of X and Y product with respect to lathe cannot be more than 160. It must be less than 160. This is constraint. Understand, less than 160 is one of the constraint. Another product or another product to be manufactured by grinding, with given time you can produce 4 product of X and 2 product of Y, then the maximum you can able to produce only 180 numbers. So whatever given 4 of 4X and 4Y, 6Y of lathe is the time available for the machines. On the same way grinding, 4 and 2 is the time available for the given period of time. The profit is given if you are able to sell one particular product of X, the profit is 125 unit cost. If you are able to sell Y product, the profit level is 175 unit cost. We call it as Indian rupee, you call it as a US dollar, it makes no difference. Now you have to find out how to formulate an equation. Now let us see what it is. What is objective function here is the profit for each product. Normally the objective function is determined or can be written as Z is equal to 125x plus 175y. This is your objective. That means if you are able to sell X number of product times the 125, that is going to be the profit out of the X product, and so also Y number of product multiplied by the profit, that is going to give you the profit out of the Y product. Adding together you will get maximum. Okay, this is I call as the equation 1. Subject to constraints. Subject to constraint. What are the constraints here? The constraint in the lathe for product X and product Y, which can be less than 160. Another one, grinding 4 plus 2 less than must be 180. This is another constraint. Understand what is the constraint now? Now subject to constraint, I write it as 4x plus 6y less than or equal to 160. I call it as a equation 2. Another constraint, because another machine is available, another constraint, grinding 4x plus 2y less than or equal to 180. This is constraint 3. The objective function is, I call it as the objective function. Z is equal to 125x plus 175 and subject to constraints 4x plus 6y less than or equal to 160. That means adding these two, you cannot produce more than 160. You can produce only 160 and below. Same thing here, grinding 4 of x and 2 of y, you cannot be able to produce more than 180. It can be 180 at the maximum or less than 180. They are subject to constraints 4x plus 6y less than or equal to 160. Equation 2, 4x plus 2y less than or equal to 180. Equation 3. Now, what is now x and y? So, x and y combination together must be more than 0. The x, y greater than 0. This we called as a non-negative constraints. This we called as a non-negative constraints. So now the equations are objective function z is equal to 125x plus 175y subject to constraints 4x plus 6y less than equal to 160. Another constraint 4x plus 2y less than equal to 180. These are the two constraints. Now, once you know this, then you can be able to solve. The problems. How much product of X can be produced? How much product of Y can be produced in the lathe? So that you will get maximization or you will get maximum profit. Assuming by solving this equation, let us take it a little later. By solving the equation, if you are going to get 4 product 5 plus 6 product to 10, how much you will get? 20 plus 60. On the other hand, if you see here, 4 into 7 plus 2 into 20, that is equal to 28 plus 40 equal to 68. 20 plus 60 equal to 80. Now this will be the best solution because you are maximizing it, and this will be the best solution. We will take it up little later how it can be solved. So if you are able to produce 5 number of product 4 and 10 number of product 6, so your maximum must be 80. So this is how you have to solve, or you have to formulate an equation. So with this we close down. We'll take it up some other time. I'll thank you for watching. Definitely I'll come back to you with a different lecture on the same linear problem. We'll try to do more problems as the days come. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.